Spring has sprung. My first little daffodil of the new season. I'm all excited. The new fishing season has started. I have so much to do. First things first, I'll feed the little birdies. Now it's time to start getting my fishing gear ready for the new season. My shed has seen better days. We had a storm there lately and all the roof was blowing off, and now it's held together with a couple of screws. It's a disaster. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to let you see into my shed. It's really bad. It really is bad. I can't even get in. I can't even get in. The cobwebs are bad. I need a new shed. I better start making a bit of room to get into the shed. I must fill a few holes in my fly boxes. I must tie some new flies for the new season. What will I tie? What material will I use? Big decision. Pheasant tail. I'll definitely tie a few legs. I'll tie a big load of legs while I'm thinking, what fly will I tie? I must tie a little knot in the little bit of a feather, and then it looks like a little insect's leg. It's time consuming, but it gives a realistic finished fly with a big load of legs on it. There's loads of movement in it when you're pulling it through the water, and that'll attract a big fish. Serenity now, serenity now. I'll make this the last one. What will I tie? A little drop of Jameson. This might give me some inspiration. For the chest. My little daffodil. I'll have a good look at the colours in that. It's not just yellow, there's little bits of kind of orange in it. And green. I have an idea. Yellow crest tail feather and yellow thread for the body. And a nice little orange hackle. And a little bit of silver tinsel wire, which is very strong. That'll hold it all in place. And I'll tie a load of legs on. Loads of legs. I just lost one there, but no one's counting. The fish don't know how many legs or on the insect. The more, the merrier. 2 beautiful jungle cock feathers tied in, and a tiny bit of varnish. What a beautiful looking little fly. Yeah, I like that fly. The spring fly, I'll call it. And I think I'll tie a few more of these. That'll definitely catch a big trout, or a salmon, or a sea trout. We'll tie plenty of them. I was in Murray's fish and tackle shop and I bought a load of stuff. All different types of hooks. For sea trout and for salmon and brown trout and for sea bass. I've tons of stuff. Where am I going to put it all? I have no idea. This is what you call a bird's nest. It's a disaster. But you know what? I'm getting bogged down with all this. Just shove everything in and be alright. I must concentrate on the most important things. I just empty out the bag quick. And then I'll start packing the real fishing gear that I need. My frying pan, that's the most important thing of all. And of course some cooking oil. Very important. Toilet paper. That's very important. My fishing jumper. Very important. I haven't had a long time. A long time. I hide it in there. I saved it from my wife's clutches. She put it into the charity bag. Charity begins at home. Sweets. Lots of sweets. Rolls of sticky tape. Buy it in a 4-pack. 4-pack. And then put one in your fishing bag, one in your cooking bag, one in your other fishing bag, and one in your fishing jacket. And then when it comes time that you need the sticky tape, the chances are you'll have a good chance remembering where you put it. Right. A nice neat little whiskey glass. And my beer glass. I'll wrap it up in the jumper. I've been at this all day. I'm knackered. I could do with a little dram. Actually, I better check and see what way the whiskey situation is. I'm running very low. Must stock up for the new season. It took me the whole day to sort out all my fishing tackle. And if my wife came home and saw the state of the place, she'd kill me. She's due home shortly. I'm after tidying everything up, and I'll light a few nice scented candles. Nice romantic candles. And she won't be any the wiser. See the match. Oh man, we don't have a pint. Perfect. Make sure I'm decent and cover it up. Now, my little magic hip flask. It doesn't look like anything. It looks like something at the pawn shop. or the Euro shop. But I tell you, it's my best possession. My best possession. Cheers. Must say a little prayer for the man who bought me this glass. His name is George. And his father, I call him Mr. Murray. In the city centre, right in the middle of the city centre, there's a fish and tackle shop called Murray's. And the owner of it is Mr. O'Connell. I always call him Mr. Murray, but his name is Mr. O'Connell. And unfortunately, and it's very sad, that he's passed away. In the last day or two, he's passed away. And I'll have to tell you a story about Mr. O'Connell. I'm going into that fish and tackle shop. I'm going in there since I was 8 years of age. I'm from Belfast, and our house got blown up in Belfast, and we had nowhere to live. And all my brothers and sisters, and my mum and dad, we came to Cork, and we were all in different people's houses. And that's when I started to go fishing, when I was 8. And I had no money, I had no pocket money, I had nothing. And I'd save up any little penny I could. And I always remember, I'd walk into the city. It was a long walk where I was living. I'd walk into the city on a Saturday, and I'd go into Murray's fish and tackle shop, and I'd buy a couple of little hooks for fishing. And I'd walk all the way home again. I'd walk down the river, and I was mad for fishing. But I was only a little young fella of 8 years of age, and this day I went into Murray's fish and tackle shop, and I bought my few little hooks, and I came outside, and there's a big kind of it's like a big kind of a pigeon kind of a box thing. It's a big wooden thing, and it has all little square kind of sections, and they've all the hooks, all the different types of hooks that you want to buy, and there's a big kind of plastic sheet that goes over it. And the man was there, and the man gave me some hooks, and I went outside. And I was all excited, and all my money was gone. And I opened up the little packet, and I counted them. And I bought a dozen, but your man in the shop, he only gave me 10. So I was short 2 hooks. 2 hooks I was short. And I was upset. And I thought, what will I do? And I'm only 8 years of age. And I said, I just got into the man and said to the man, excuse me, look, you left me short 2 hooks. And the man would have said, no problem, you've given me 2 little hooks. But I'm only a little young full of 8, and I'm outside and thinking, what will I do? And I got a brainwave. So I went into the shop, and I went over, and I lifted up the bit of plastic, and I went to those little hooks. And I was looking at, I dropped 2 of them onto the ground. And I put the sheet of plastic back down, and I knelt down. And I got the 2 little hooks. I opened up my little bright little envelope, and I put in my 2 hooks. And I went outside, and I had my dozen hooks. I was all delighted. But I was outside, and I was thinking about it, and I thought, that was very easy. And I thought of the little tiny little hooks and the big shop and all the guns and all the rods and everything. I thought, the man won't miss 1 or 2 hooks. So I went back into the shop, and I lifted up the plastic, and I repeated the same procedure. And I dropped a couple of hooks, and I put them in, and I went outside, and I thought, that was easy. And the shop was busy, and I went into a treat. I said, I don't know how many hooks I stole. I stole them. I stole off Mr. O'Connell. And I don't know how many hooks I got, but the next second I was inside, and I was picking up the little hooks, and Mr. O'Connell was next to me, kneeling down. He said, did you drop your hooks? I said, I did. And he was picking them up and giving them to me, and I was putting them in my little thing, and I was dead nervous. I was afraid I was caught. And I saw a little mackerel, little silver hook, and I said, that's not mine. And he took it. And I'd say he knew, and he said to me, now off you go now, young lad. You have your hooks, now off you go. And I said, thanks very much. And I lived with the guilt for that for 50 years. I was only there a couple of years ago. I went in to Mr. O'Connell one day, and I told him the story. And I told him that I stole the hooks. And he did that to me. He said, I absolve you, Vincent, from your sins. He probably remembered himself. So that's a little story about Mr. O'Connell. Please God, I'll meet him again up at the big lake in the sky, and he'd be fishing there with his dad, because his dad was a fantastic fisherman, I believe, a fantastic fisherman. So, cheers, Mr. O'Connell. That's a lovely piece of music. Nothing's the same by Gary Moore. Nothing's the same. Nothing in this world stays the same. Everything changes. I'm dedicating this video to Mr. O'Connell. A lovely man, a very positive man, and every time you'd meet him, he'd always have a lovely smile, and he had time for everyone. So, be happy. Have a smile on your face. Be nice to everyone. Get out and catch a fish. Nothing in this world stays the same. I've reached the big 6-0. I'm not getting any younger. So, my motto is get out into the big world while you can, and get out and enjoy yourself, and do the things that you love. Do the things that make you happy.